All right, hey guys, what's up? It's Angie here with Fat Loss For Real, and in today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about why you might be jumping from diet to diet. All right, I know this is a big thing going on in the world, right? It's not, happening just here in America, it's happening worldwide, right? You have everybody and anybody from young people to grandmothers and grandfathers looking for diets, right? Hopping from plan to plan and trying this plan and trying that plan and trying this pill and that pill, and everybody's trying to find some way to lose the weight, right? I know for myself, as long as I've been alive, or as long as I've been able to understand what people were talking about, I've been hearing about weight loss, right? Growing up, my stepmom, my mom, my grandmother, my aunt, everyone that I knew, and my other aunts and my cousins and everybody that I knew, and their grandmother was talking about weight loss, okay? And everybody's looking for the next best plan, the next best, solution, the next best supplement, the next best whatever it is, the next best mindset technique, and you name it, right? So everybody's looking for that perfect something that can help them to shed the extra weight. Okay, so here's my take on why I think that is and what I think you can do about it. So as I was moving along my own weight loss journey, all right, as I was, figuring out what it was that I was going to do and the plan that I was going to use and the path that I was going to take and that I was going to stick with, right, because eventually I did stick with something. And had stopped bouncing around and stopped jumping from plan to plan. And so when I finally got to a place where I decided, okay, I need to focus here and only here and not bounce from thing to thing to thing, was that point when I was able to get to a place where I had to focus, was when I had this realization. And I think that when you can have this realization, when you can make this shift in your own weight loss journey, you're going to be able to focus somewhere and stop the bouncing, right? Or stop with the shiny ball syndrome stuff, right? Where you have the next best thing, or you are looking for that next best solution, right? You're going to be able to focus yourself on one thing and stay with it long term and really get the results as a result, right? And so making this shift for me was what got me to focus and stay somewhere and get results. And I'm hoping if I share this with you that you'll get that shift and be able to stick with, whether you're working with me or you've got some other plan, but they'll be able to stick with and focus where you're at and really get those results. So what was this shift? What was this big shift that I'm wow, it was a moment where I just finally was able to focus, finally able to stick with something, finally able to stop bouncing from plan to plan and hoping for the next best thing everywhere I went. All right, this shift, this thing that dawned on me, right? I had lots of moments during my weight loss journey where stuff just dawned on me and I was like, oh, okay, I guess thoughts come from my cheek. I was like, oh, oh my God, light bulb. Okay, so this is one of those, oh my God, light bulb moments where I was like, holy crap. So what I discovered was that there are certain things, and I know when you hear this, you're probably gonna roll your eyes and be like, oh my God, Angie, don't say something else I've already heard. But guys, there's a reason you've already heard it, and there's a reason that these things get circulated around and you hear it over and over and you're like, damn it, I don't want to hear that again. But it's true, guys, okay? And usually when you hear something over and over and it's said by person after person and you just, it's all in your face and everywhere, it usually means it's something true and you should probably stop and focus and listen to it. That's another realization that I was like, oh, light bulb. So for this one, what it was is this, that there are certain things that you cannot change, okay? And this is a massive one to realize with weight loss. There are certain things about weight loss, certain things that have to be, okay? They have to be in order for you to lose weight. Man, was this a really difficult one for me to swallow, okay? So I totally get it, and I forgive you if this is extremely hard to digest, because for me, when I realized this, it was a very challenging realization, because I was like so against everything that dieting was about, that weight loss was about. I hated it. I wished it out of existence. I did. I literally sat down and prayed to God, take this away from me. Take this whole thing away from me. Give me a solution. Make it go away. Make me wake up tomorrow and all the weight's gone, and give me a second chance, like some miracle. Let me wake up tomorrow back in like my healthy body. Give me a second shot at this, right? That was how desperate I was. And really feeling like I was kind of going crazy, right? With this like desperation to be able to finally lose the weight, change my body, get back into a healthy weight, right? And but what I realized was no, and there's another thing I want to throw in here, and I'm going to say it in just a minute, but more on that. But more on me praying for a change, praying for God to like take this problem away from me, make it go away. And so I'll tell you in a minute about that little side thing. But what I came to, that realization that there are certain things about weight loss, certain things that have to happen, they have to transpire for you in order for you to lose the weight. And that is unchangeable, okay? You have to follow a certain plan. You have to have a special formula in order to shed physically, biologically, to shed fat from your body. So there has to be a process in place, and there are thousands of different ways to do that, okay? And I don't know about you guys, but you've probably seen and experienced that diets work. They work. You will lose weight eating keto. You will lose weight eating on Weight Watchers. You will lose weight eating low calorie. You will lose weight eating, for how long, or for whatever, varying different, variables and things, whatever. But point is, they work, okay? They work. So the bottom line here is that we have to follow one of those plans. We have to choose some path that is a different way than we've been eating in order for us to lose the weight. So when I realized this, I was like, I keep fighting these things. I keep fighting the unchangeable, right? And that is what I saw was a major, major block between me and my weight loss success. It was stopping me from losing weight. That I was resisting the unchangeable. I was wishing for, praying for, hoping for the unchangeable to change. These were just biological and they're just the things that cannot change, right? Like I cannot expect the weather to change because I don't like it, right? It is going to be what it is. Like if I'm uncomfortable outside today because it's extremely, extremely humid, like it's extremely humid outside right now. But I do like it, but I'm saying, let's say I didn't like it. I cannot wish that to change and it's gonna change. I cannot get angry that it's humid out and it's gonna stop being humid. I can't go and turn a dial and change the humidity outside, right? It's unchangeable. It is what it is. So here was the next thing, right? Here was the next thing, okay? So if I can't change things, then, and I can't change the fact that I have to follow some formula, some plan in order to physically shed fat cells from my body. If that's the case, what can change? What has to change in order for me to be able to do that? In order for me to live in Florida where it's constantly humid like this, and some days I do or don't like it, but in order for me to, let's say if I, didn't like it, but it's constantly like that here, but I have to live here, I have to be in it. Let's say it was the case, because it's not, I love it, but let's say that was the case, guys. What has to change? Not my attitude, not my, whatever, how I relate to it, okay? This was mind-blowing for me when I realized this, all right? This was like, whoa, okay. how I relate to the things I cannot change. If I can change how I relate to it versus trying to change the unchangeable, which is extremely exhausting and frustrating because it cannot change. So you end up spending a bunch of energy and time and money and effort trying to seek out a way to change the unchangeable. That's what we're doing, and when we're bouncing from plan to plan and from coach to coach and from this to that and that supplement, and we'll try this drink and that shake because we're trying to change the unchangeable. You're trying to dodge the bullet. You're trying to dodge the fact that you have to do something formulated, something specific, something that is different than what you've been doing so you can get a different result. You're trying to dodge that, and that's why you're bouncing from plan to plan and supplement to supplement and shake to shake and so on and so forth, or getting in a week, 2 days, 2 months, 6 months, but then bouncing back because you're faced with the unchangeable and you don't yet know how to relate differently to it. Okay? So what do we do to help ourselves to relate differently to the unchangeable? Well, it starts with asking yourself, why is this unchangeable thing, that's painful, right? It's like touching a hot coal right now, in that moment when you're feeling resistant to it. What can you do in order to help yourself to relate to it so that it doesn't feel like a hot coal? So that it no longer feels like, well, maybe it feels like a hot coal, but maybe you have a reason for enduring that, hot touch. Maybe hot coal is not, I don't know. We do those challenges where we run over the hot coals. Why? Face some, challenge, face some, bit of a burn, bit of a difficulty, right? But for what? Why do people do that coal run? It's the exact same scenario. Why would you do that? Why would someone risk frying their feet, right? It's for the challenge. It's for the greater victory. It's for knowing that they could do it, right? Believing in themselves, having courage, stepping out and being brave. There's a lot of things in there, but why is that person doing that? It's for themselves. It's for them to know and believe in themselves and to have the confidence to move forward and go after what they want in life. It's no different on your weight loss journey. It's no different facing that unchangeable thing, right? But if you can get into a space where you feel empowered by it, you feel like you're doing something that is greater, something that is positive, something that is empowering you, that you are stepping into your power as a human being, not just, well, I gotta lose weight, well, I don't like how I look in the mirror, I hate this, so let me go eat this, and this sucks. Like, how is relating to it like that going to last? How long is that gonna last, guys? This is why we fall off. This is why we keep thinking too that it's the diet that's the problem. If you like a diet, if you're happy with the foods, if it resonates with you and your values, and maybe you're vegan or maybe you're not, but maybe your values are to eat in a way that gives you lots of energy, helps you to feel vibrant, and or you're into eating natural, like eating natural foods, right? Like us, we prefer to eat natural foods. I have a few things in my diet that are not natural and on my off days, but for the most part, I do appreciate eating a natural foods diet. So that's why I prefer my diet, the one that we do here in the Fat Loss for Real group. But, if you find something that resonates with your values that you like, and you can lose weight on that plan, but then you keep bouncing to other plans, even though you know that this one will work for you and you resonate with it, you like it, but you're like, you can't make it work for you. So you keep trying other things. But it's really not that you don't know what to do to lose weight, that you can't find a plan that you like and that helps you lose weight. It's more, 90% of the time, maybe more, 95% of the time, 98% of the time, it's more that you're resistant to the unchangeable. You're resisting and you're hoping that it doesn't have to be this way. But actually, it's fine that it is the way it is if you can learn to relate differently to it. Have a different relationship with that unchangeable thing. with the facts, okay? The fact that you have to follow a plan, you have to follow a set of, some kind of formula that is designed to burn fat from your body, right? It's to cause a certain effect on your body. So that is an unchangeable fact. And as soon as I realized that and embraced the fact that, okay, if it has to be this way, and guys, let me just say, after, my dad being diagnosed with Alzheimer's and dementia a year and a half ago, and being upset initially and hoping everything would go back to normal and he wouldn't actually have to be diagnosed like this, and it's not actually that way. After a year and a half of realizing that no, it is this way, it is staying this way, and you are going to live this way, and it has to be this way. Guys, weight loss is no different. There's no getting out of the fact that you have to do certain things to lose weight. Certain things have to be done. But you can find a different way to relate to it, just like I can find a different way to relate to my dad's condition, which is a daily challenge. It's a daily challenge. He's up visiting with my brother now, so we're getting a few days to just kind of relax and stuff. And I love my dad, and it's nothing on him. He didn't ask for this, and no one asked for it, and it's, nobody's fault, and I don't put that on him ever. It's just us as a family, we're all carrying it. But I'm just making the point that it's an unchangeable thing. My dad has Alzheimer's. His brain is literally like diminishing. So every day is a challenge, but that's not going to change. It is what it is, right? So I can change and work on how I relate to that situation and that unchangeable thing. Just like the weather, just like my dad's condition, I had to, and I'm still working every day to relate in a constructive, proactive, positive way, right? And why would I care to do that? Why not just be frustrated and I don't like the way that it turned out, and it's not fair. And I mean, guys, these are the exact same things I said about my weight. The exact same things. It's not fair, it shouldn't be this way. Doesn't, why? Like, just all like resistant to the reality that it is, okay? But why would I want to work on making it different? And why would I want to work every day to do my damnedest, to do my best, to make it something better and something positive and something that I can live with and I can function in, right? Because of the life experience that I want. Do I want a bad relationship with my dad because he got sick? No. Do I want to be less, have less of a connection with him because he got sick? No, I don't. I want to be fully engaged as much as I can, right? I only have one life. We only have one life. I only have one life to spend together with my dad. Him and I both. We only have one life, the one life to have together. So I feel like I only had the one life with my body. And that was my pathway. Whatever plan I chose, right? That was my pathway. That was it. As daunting, as scary, as uncertain, as difficult, challenging, whatever you want to call it, right? As much of those things as it was, I knew I wanted a different life experience. I knew that that's not the life experience I wanted, of spending my entire life resisting what had to be. What had to be. That's what I realized. So once I got on board with that, you can imagine how rapidly pant sizes started to drop. The scales started to go down beyond numbers that I had ever seen. Because of one realization, that I can't change the unchangeable, but I can change how I relate to it. And that changed everything. That was one of my major, realizations that was just a breakthrough. Like, wow, finally, whoa, that door opened. And all of a sudden, 30 pounds down, 40 pounds down. I have pictures like from when I hit like 40 pounds down. I remember going to buy pants and I had to go back 3 times. I had to go back to the rack to get another size down, because every time I went to the dressing room and tried on a pair, they were too big. So I was like, well, shoot. Like, I didn't even bother grabbing smaller sizes because I didn't think there's any chance, that I'm gonna fit in those. So just get the one that I really think. And then no, I had to go back 3 times, guys. But because I made that shift. So I really want to encourage you to think on that, meditate on why it would be important for you to stop resisting the unchangeable and start thinking about how you can relate differently to it. And the way you do that is by thinking about the life experience that you want to have. How do you want to, because this is a thing that you need, right? You need to be able to be okay with a plan. You need that so you can get on with your journey, right? Being okay with it does not mean, gritting your teeth through it and just bearing with it, right? And it also doesn't mean that it's awesome and you feel great the whole time and you love it. That's another trap that we fall into, is that we try to make ourselves hyped up, happy, motivated, feeling all bubbly 24/7 about this diet we're on. And the truth is, there's going to be days that are shitty. The truth is, there's going to be days when you absolutely hate it. But the relationship to it is different. Just like you get into a fight with your spouse or whatever, you have a fight with your kids, or I don't know, you get into a tiff with somebody. It happens, right? But at the core of things, you want to keep your relationship good, so you shake it off, brush it off, get back with being good. It's the same exact thing with your weight loss, with your diet plan. And of course, you should do things to soften, to lighten the load, right? You should do things to make it easier on yourself. You should exercise to feel good, not to burn calories. Exercise to feel good, to feel strong, to feel more confident, just to feel good, right? I can't tell you guys, like, when I don't exercise, it's hard, literally physically hard to get out of bed. Like, I'm depressed, like I just don't want to get out of bed. When I exercise, my body is like, I wake up and it's like charged, like I've got like power already to like just launch out of bed. So exercise to feel good and to empower yourself, to strengthen yourself. Do things to help yourself feel good as much as you can in a healthy way, right? Just to take care of yourself. Self-care. Us women know and are told all the time to spend more time on your self-care, which is so hard for us to do, to give to ourselves, but we need to, so we can give to our families, to our loved ones. So definitely do things to make it easier on yourself, to lower your hunger and cravings, right? The natural supplements that I use here in the group, and the diet, that will help, but it's not gonna really take the edge off like the supplements will do. So it's really just like stepping it up to another level of like taking the load off, right? Do things like yoga, do breathing meditations, do sleep meditations at night, do yin yoga. I've got a class here in the group, and I got a whole like 6 video series that I'm working on. I know it's taken a while, but it's coming. But do things to take care of yourself. Do positive thinking exercises. Do affirmations. Do things that are good and uplifting and empowering for yourself. Do those things. Do those things, okay? But at the end of the day, you're doing it to strengthen yourself for what? Why are you just doing this stuff, right? Why are we being told to do all this positive stuff? Like be positive thinking, meditations, yoga, exercise, like for endorphins. Like, why do you need all of that? It's so that when you're faced with the challenges, the unchangeable things, right? That you have to go to work and deal with a boss that's nagging on you all day, whatever it is, or the diet plan that you got to be on so you can shed the weight, right? You've got to be mentally, emotionally, physically prepared, right? The supplements are going to help you to be prepared physically. They're going to lower your hunger and cravings. They're going to help you to feel well mentally, emotionally, Okay, they do. They're energy and mood boosting. So it's not just about the fat loss, also to help with your energy and your mood, which we need help with when we are on our weight loss journey. And you know what? We don't always have time for meditation. Okay, I'm sorry. Don't always have time for meditation. Don't always have more than 15 minutes to get on the treadmill so you can get some endorphins. The energy is going to help with that. Okay, so don't underestimate the power of the supplements. Don't underestimate the power of what they can do when you don't have time, when you're busy in your life, right? When you can just take a natural supplement that's going to just give you that boost right away. Especially us women, when we're dealing with like all kinds of hormones and stuff, man, I'll tell you guys, after my IUD wore off, my hormones went up through the roof. Like, I'm back on like normal like cycles and everything, and oof, the week before, if I don't have like, if I didn't have my energy, my tea, my everything that's helping me, like I can only imagine like if I wasn't doing the things I'm doing to help me to boost my energy, mood, stamina, like health, like just feeling well, the way I'm eating, everything, oh my God, it was a train wreck before. I just know how it was. I felt awful, like, and I was not happy. So, not that I'm all happy all the time, don't get me wrong, but you know, nobody is. That's just not realistic. Let's just knock that off. Anyway, point is, you know, I can handle my shit a lot better now with all this help, you know? We need help, you know? Don't we? We need help, okay? So, point is, can't change the unchangeable, change how you relate to it, and get the help that you need to help you, you know, when you are facing that challenge, when you're facing that, you know, difficulty in your life. Get all the help you can get from all different angles, right? Just hit it from every angle to help yourself ease things up, make it lighter, make it manageable, and make it sustainable so you can keep getting results, keep the results you get, and get to your goal weight. So I'm gonna wrap this video up, and I'll catch you guys inside the group and in Messenger and on the next video. Okay, bye for now.